Let us examine some of the details and symbols which are in the nine of wands in the Rider-Waite tarot deck. You have a picture of a person who is standing in front of eight wands which are on the ground, almost up and down vertically, almost like a fence or a barrier. The person is holding the ninth wand in his hand, almost as a club to ward off others. Look like he's almost getting ready to fight others. The barrier is keeping others out and keeping other thoughts out from his own mind. He has a bandage head. He has a bandage around his head, and looks a little bit that he has been in a fight or has been wounded. And I think that the whole card represents we condition ourselves by our beliefs and our thought forms that we accept as the truth. And sometimes we do not always allow other thoughts, other ideas to come in. So in some way it is protecting us, it's keeping us alive within that realm of that belief system, but at the same time it's not totally allowing us to accept new ideas, and it also can be a prison we create for ourselves. Some of the lessons of this card is learning that holding can be an admirable experience, but sometimes even more remarkable is the ability to let go. And the card can be asking us to examine, what do we fear by not letting go? What holds us back from being open and accepting change, which is an inevitable process, but many times we get fixed in these barriers, in these prisons of belief systems and ideas and a lifestyle. We are living in prisons, even we're not even aware of it. And that's some of the questions of this card. Sometimes the image on the Nine of Wands is, the lesson is to accept that we have been wounded, and examining it and defending ourselves, asking ourselves, is that a valid point of view? It may be for certain periods of time, but must not allow ourselves to expect the worst. If we have, don't just live out of the past, out of our past thought forms of how we have lived through things and made it through, but be overwhelmed by the energy of the past and the fears it has brought up, and the it is a card of persevering, getting knocked down and being willing to stand up again new. That is some of the questions of this card. Keeping your resolve, having stamina, looking for hidden resources within oneself, demonstrating physical and moral and emotional strength even in the times of adversity. Those are all other meanings of this card, and we have to examine the situation which we may have been in and through, and ask us, are we truly growing in the process, or are we stuck in this prison we have created, in this barrier? It may have been for useful purposes, and we may feel it is still useful ourselves, but asking ourself from our higher self, our higher perspective, is this barrier, is this prison still valid for where we need to move to in the future. And it may be a difficult examination to go through. Life's lessons can be hard at times, especially when our hopes or our desires have been dashed. It is natural to feel defensive at times, but try to avoid feeling bitter or resentful. If your experiences has wounded you, realize that it also has been part of your strength and has been part of give you stamina in your character. So look at things which have negative things which may have happened to you in life, and battles as a two-pointed process, as a double-edged sword. It has been the process of your wounds, but it has also been the compost for your future growth. Try not to let your wounds stop you from bringing hope and joy and creativity into your life. Accept them, that they may have happened, and find their rightful place in your consciousness as a tool for future growth. But don't let them limit you, and that you are living in your wound and with resentments and failures. It is said, amidst the greatest of darkness we have to experience it, the inner light and strength starts to shine. So take that as one of the lessons of this card. Nines have to do with completion. And we may be at the point just before we complete and finish our journey to reach our goal. And this last struggle, this last residue of resistance within us, and it could have been from our own past, some emotional, some situation in our life could be which is holding us up in some little degree from making that complete victory. But the struggle seems very big at the time. It is the wound which must be healed in order to reach perfection.